Amazon, a corporation with the 5th biggest market value in the world. Visa, a business that allows customers to make online transactions in over 200 countries. Both companies have revolutionized technology on a global scale. So what would be a more juicy beef than between these two titans of industry, and in the UK of all places? But why? Well, Amazon made the first move by publicly declaring that their UK branch would stop issuing Visa credit cards due to the high costs, but would still accept debit cards. Amazon's main complaint is that as time passes, Visa's prices should be falling. A theoretical reason for this is that Visa should discover new technologies and/or methods that will lower their costs of production, hence taking advantage of economies of scale. Economies of scale is the fall in average costs in the long run as business expands to a larger size, which Visa is capable of doing. With a lack of lower costs, Amazon reasons that there should be at least a rise in quality from the supposed high prices, which they claim to have not seen. It appears Amazon is thinking about the greater community, since it further points out that the higher prices can increase costs for businesses, leading to cost-push inflationary pressures on prices for consumers. Amazon was also considering dropping Visa's American branch as a credit card partner, but Visa wasn't having any of this. They barked back that this action would quote-unquote restrict consumer choice, and they may be right. In the UK, Amazon had 30% market share in the e-commerce sector back in 2019, and nearly 90% of UK shoppers use Amazon. In addition, Visa had more than 80% market share in both the UK and Ireland. Such high levels of market dominance and monopoly power can lower the bargaining power of consumers, since there are less options. There is also speculation that Amazon, who is no stranger to innovation, wants consumers to eventually use their own credit cards instead of Visa.
Drive prices up to the point that they would no longer be a serious competitor to Amazon.
Anyway, with Amazon's complaints about Visa's high costs, we need to ask why Visa is charging this much, and how they make their money. People see Visa as a financial transactions company, but that may not be an accurate way of viewing them. Visa is an intermediary that enables financial institutions and organizations like banks, or in this case, e-commerce companies like Amazon, to issue credit and debit cards. Visa charges a fee to these financial institutions for these services. The fee is also referred to as the interchange fee. Visa is more like a technology company, where they develop the technology to allow for online financial transactions, as in Visa created the ability of credit and debit cards to purchase online goods and services. This justifies their middleman status. Another peculiar question is the timing. Why the price hike from Visa right now? Well, there is one possibility. On January 2020, the United Kingdom officially left the European Union, initiating the process of Brexit, and Visa raised the interchange fee on cross-border transactions after the divorce. Back in 2015, the European Union enacted a cap on interchange fees, specifically on 0.2% of the transaction value for debit cards, and 0.3% for consumer credit cards. And when the UK left, this EU law didn't apply to British credit card companies. Of course, Visa denies that they raised their interchange fees because the law was no longer applicable. Regardless, the new profits from the price hike could be used to finance Visa's research and development, since price controls can disrupt and decrease supply, which no longer exists after Brexit. Amazon would still incur huge losses with this decision, since they were projected to lose £1.36 billion in purchases. That is 6.6% of their 2020 revenue of £20.63 billion. Emphasis on revenue, where costs are not taken into account. Visa would also lose out, so it's no wonder that Amazon reversed its position and said that their customers can use their credit cards again. Both companies are hoping to reach an agreement in the meantime. Don't you love a good make-up story? Cause I don't. It sounds gay as I'm going to release my Sam Seder response video on the paid productivity graph in 1 or 2 weeks, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give a like and comment, as it really helps my video in the YouTube algorithm. And if you like economics and political commentary, consider subscribing. Maybe follow me on my Twitter, and see you later.